Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Steven, and welcome back. Alright, so before I even get into the topic of this video, I just want to clear something up. Alright, the Illuminati didn't get me. I'm not under MK Ultra. I'm just wearing these shades because of health reasons, right? I don't have a black eye. Yeah, I'm not hiding the black eye. But for health reasons, at this particular moment, uh, I'm wearing the shades. Okay, you know, like, you see. But yeah, for health reasons, I'm wearing these shades. All right, so if you have a question about that, there you have it. For the conspiracy theorists, again, I have not been taken over by the Illuminati or MK Ultra. All right, so let's get into this video now. All right. My friend Dahmer. All right, that's going to be a movie coming out pretty soon, and a whole bunch of people, at least based on the thumbs up and thumbs down section of the YouTube videos for the trailer. My friend Dahmer. And it seems like a lot of people like the movie. And some of you may not have heard of Dahmer, but Dahmer is actually Jeffrey Dahmer. He was a notorious serial killer, probably one of the most infamous serial killers in history, okay? And many of his victims actually were a combination of black people and also homosexual people, all right? And he did like a number of things to his victims. I guess I probably shouldn't really go into that, but very sick, twisted, very, disturbed, just all the above, right? All of the above, right? Well, Hollywood's going to be making a movie about this guy, right? And I just find this a little bit weird because I'm like, this movie, if you look at the trailer, it's very kind of like, humanizing, But I noticed in the trailer, I don't think they don't really talk, at least in the trailer, right? Because I haven't seen the movie. I don't plan to see the movie. I'm not even sure if I could see the movie for free or, via some illegal way. I would even see the movie still. But based on what I've seen from the trailer, it just seems like they seem to be concentrating solely on Jeffrey Dahmer versus his victims. Like they're going to humanize him, not his victims, right? His victims were ultimately dehumanized by him, but he's going to receive humanization, right? So we're going to be like, oh, this is what made you turn into a sociopathic serial killer, like all the feels, like, oh, and I'm like, should we really be doing this? Well, of course we ain't doing it, but white folks doing it. But should they really, like, at least I guess we as a society, like, should this really be happening though? Like, also, I find it very hypocritical that these same folks want to put us on a guilt trip about making a movie about, say, Nat Turner, right? And, honoring him, and us even trying to humanize him, right? But these folks can make a movie about Jeffrey Dahmer, though. And it's, all cool in the shade, good in the hood, all that. Like, it's no problem. And I think ultimately this just speaks to the mentality of the people who we have dealt with for centuries. Like, these are the people that some black people are still like trying to just, gain approval from, get into their clubs, their parties, have them as spouses and friends, etc. Right? And it's like, why though? It's like, you know, well, I assume it comes from a place of ignorance when it comes to like black people, because we all been asleep. We all um, we didn't come out the womb woke. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also the system sets it up for you to be asleep and just not really be conscious, right? But I think this is something that you should sort of take a look at, right? Oftentimes, when we really want to speak on something, we kind of like, again, the Nat Turner movie with the one that Nate Parker did. Even the movie Get Out, even though that one came out of left field, so they couldn't do like their media smear campaign that they usually do, right? Their media attack. They couldn't do that because it came out of left field. They weren't expecting it, so it's a little different with that one. But still, folks feeling some type of a way about the movie Get Out too, right? But these folks can have this movie about Jeffrey Dahmer, though, right? And I feel like part of the reason that is because of his victims, right? His victims were a lot of his victims were black people as well as gay people, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like when it comes to certain groups of people, it's like their deaths aren't as important or their lives aren't as important. And for white people, those, especially for white people concerned, like white people and black people, like white people's, you know, concern and um, empathy and sympathy seems to not really extend to black people as a group or as a collective, you know. No surprise there, right? You know, but I'm just saying, like, I think we as black people will probably be like as a collective, right? We tend to be more sympathetic and empathetic to them versus the other way around, right? And I think for us, it's like, well, I don't know why we doing that. Like, we gotta have the sympathy and empathy for ourselves because of what these, you know, crazy, cave beasts are doing to us, And I know this video is kind of a bit all over the place. It's kind of like a combination of a rant and just, talking, you know. But I just wanted to make a quick video about this just to kind of put it out there and see what you guys think. You know, um, it seems like a lot of people are looking forward to this movie. You know, um, it seems like this movie may become popular. Um, you but I don't know. It's just this movie. I don't know. This movie seems really weird. I don't know. I know this movie probably was done way in advance, but it's like, oh, they'd be like, oh, y'all got Get Out, so we can get, my friend Dahmer. Because white people, as quiet as it's kept on the low low, white people kind of feel entitled to what we have. Honestly, if you really think about it, I think that also this is kind of why like Donald Trump came into office. Honestly, a part of the reason because they were like, oh no, they had a Barack Obama. We need to get our white savior. They had their black savior, even though Barack Obama didn't really do much for black people specifically, but still they kind of like, oh, we want that. We want that. You see how this election went, right? You know. So I really think that white people be feeling some type of way. They be feeling entitled to what we have. If you really think about it, if it's something that they want or they feel that they should have, that it's like if we have something that they don't have access to, they feel some type of a way about that. Think about it, because historically speaking, white people have had access to what black people have had access to. Think about that, I mean, at one point they had access to us, just all of us and all that we come with. But in my personal opinion, I don't think we should be trying to humanize serial killers, Um, I think they're worth studying, perhaps, so we can find some sort of a maybe pattern, some sort of a link. They're worth studying, from like a psychological perspective and also a criminology perspective too. They're worth studying, and they should be studied. But this particular film, it's not like, oh, it's not like a documentary or anything. It's like, oh, like a whole storyline. And over the course of the movie, you're supposed to feel like empathy and sympathy for Jeffrey Dahmer. But I'm like, okay, I can imagine. Let's say if we had a black serial killer. I know they're not really like super popular, thankfully, like because we ain't like that. We got our issues, but we ain't going out being no damn serial killers. Black parents, ain't raising serial killers. All right, we got our. I ain't saying we perfect because we got our issues, but we ain't. They got the serial killers. All right. Like the cave dogs, the cave beasts, the cave trolls, the subhuman cave folk. They got them. All right. Us, melanated people, people of the sun, people, of good, from people from goodness, right? We ain't got that, thankfully. Um, but this movie, right? It's just actually lost my train of thought from talking so much about the serial killer folks over there, right? Um, but to sum it up and bring this video to a close, it's just not. It's like, why? It's like, okay, I found my train of thought again. Black serial killer, right? If this was a black serial killer and he was doing this to white people, you think they would be trying? You think they would come out with a movie like this? They would be even if we try to come out with a movie like this, we would be shut down, shame, like how dare you? Look at what they did with the Nat Turner movie, right? And Nat Turner is way more of a noble person than Jeffrey Dahmer is. Some people gonna be feeling some type of a way about that. If you do, you ain't my people. All right, so get off this video if you feel some type of a way about me saying that. All right. But yeah, it's just something to think about. Let me bring this video to a close though. So thanks a lot for watching, you guys. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Thumbs up. Thanks. Adios and goodbye for now.